the chocolates.
What the frick is that?
We got the chocolates.
Don't they do dad jokes?
We got the chocolates.
Wait, there's a podcast?
Yes.
Really?
Scouts, welcome back to another episode of the We Got the Chocolates podcast. I'm Lee.
I'm Skint.
I'm Gode.
And that is Mickus over there.
Hello.
Mickus films and chimes in when we need him. You have probably arrived by accident. Definitely stay for a laugh. It's not the best podcast in the world yet, but we will keep chipping away at it. We Got the Chocolates. That's a win. Actually, Mickus, can I throw to you first? You saw the comment of the week, I believe. You put it in the group chat for us.
Yep. From memory, it was actually a very good comment. What was it? I knew this is the only thing I had to do for the whole episode, and I forgot to have it on my phone. No, it was when Skin wasn't on the podcast last week, and someone said, I like my podcast how I like my chicken with skin. Thought that was very sweet.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
There you go, Skin. So they were the coach's notes for the weekend. And on the coach's notes, Gode, a couple of chocolate getters sitting at the table, like literal, we got the chocolates, that's a win. We did that on the weekend, not me and Gode together, but separately. Well, maybe I'll start. I made my return to the Div 2 Resis, Queensland Aussie Rules football for Alex Hills. Bought some boots in the morning, very flamboyant ones actually. They were bright pink, and we won, kicked a goal. That was not getting very many positive reviews from people as a 34-year-old male. They weren't thinking that they're the type of boots that I should be buying. I used to wear them when I was like 18, 19. I think when I was getting quite good, and I've never been able to let go of it. So if I have to part money with boots, I want to get something that looks flamboyant.
I think you should have gone more like the Nathan Hindmarsh, like pure black boot sort of scenario, I reckon. Real working class.
That's you, isn't it, Skin? That's your theory.
Yeah, guilty.
Do you get any hardball gets though? I doubt it.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, nice.
I got $1 million on the weekend.
Did you?
No, not at all. I came alive in the fourth quarter though. I kicked a goal and it was filmed from two separate angles. Set shot for goal. I'm not sure if you saw that. I put it up on my personal Instagram story.
Glad you got that one edited in time.
It was a pretty easy edit to be fair. Just run in and just kicked it 400 metres over the man on the mark. I think it was like from about 25 metres out, straight in front.
Yeah.
And horrific ball drop.
Yeah.
But got the job done, and we won by 8 points, I think, 14 points. But it sounds better if it's closer.
Crucial goal.
Crucial goal, exactly. What about you, Genghis? You're coaching debut in a sport that you've never played, I don't think.
No, I was actually state soccer junior, but that's fine. Don't worry about
Were you really?
in some ridiculous. We played Christian League like in Bow Desert, so we played against like all the Brisbane and Ipswich teams.
And you had to be Christian to play.
Oh, well, apparently not.
Okay.
Nah, I don't know. I was actually all right at soccer. Not bad. Yeah, beautiful left foot. Anyway, I coached my little fellas under 8 soccer team on the weekend because the coach and manager were both away, and sort of by default, they've sort of gone, you'd be right to do this. I'm like, yep, sure. 5-1. Got the chockies, the boys.
Wow,
Easy.
really?
Yeah, it was okay. You know how I was telling this to Lee today, you know how you have like some junior teams which are just like fucking miles above? I just have this gut feeling that these guys are like really good. And Dom's just sort of fallen into like a really, really good team with all his mates.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
That is what you want.
Like I never played in one of those teams where he just walked through season. Nah, I was never. Yeah.
Certainly not.
I
Like,
imagine-
Skin did actually. I remember watching you play soccer for a season where you were beating teams like 11 and 12-0 and you were trying to score from goalkeeper.
Successfully.
Well, it's funny you say that. The only goal we conceded was from the other opposition's full back, where he's kicked basically like it was a free kick near the goal line, and he's kicked it over our guy's head, and our goalkeeper, instead of picking it up with his hand, has tried to return serve and boot it back, had a air swing, and it's gone through his legs and it's we've won 3-0 and 5-1 so far in this
You're
weekend.
bloody Ange Postecoglou.
Might as well.
You'll
We're
be
probably
getting
doing a
a
better job, the poor bugger.
Yeah, he is in some strife, poor guy. Not in strife, and this was another coach's note. Can you please ask Gode about, I don't know how to say his name, Mark Alphabet I've written. His try.
Nwanga
Yeah, for the Sydney Roosters.
I think it's the best try I've ever seen.
I thought that. I haven't watched as much league as you.
He's like you know how you walk and you go left, right with your feet, right? I know that's really basic. Right. He double stepped on his right foot. So he planned on his right foot, on his left foot, realized that he had to kick on his right foot. So then hopped and stepped again on his left foot. So he did 2 left foot steps in a row, kicked it, it bounced and he caught it and scored. That's fucking unbelievable.
It was ridiculous.
It was unbelievable. Can I throw a counter argument out there?
This would be good.
What the hell was the second Canterbury defender doing when he saw him do the little step and he just decided, I can't tackle him? And he just sort of stood there like this and watched him run past. It was really weird.
Yeah. That was unusual. The defense, I don't think, would be highlighted. But the try was, and the poor bloke, you know what's funny is poor old Mark. Again, I don't know his name.
Nwanganitawase.
I will get the hang of it. But remember when Spud, our ex-cricket coach, used to call people the vet because they put everything down?
Yeah.
He was that for the whole night. Like, he could not catch a high ball at all.
He was casting spells on the high balls up to the
No way. Fingers up, looking like he was going to break him.
Yeah.
And then no one really ever talked about that because he just scored the absolute worldie of a try.
He scored like 3 tries in the last 2 weeks. Just so you might be the best winger in the game. You've played 9 games of football. Yeah.
Excellent. On the reverse of getting the chocolates, sorry, just to double down on this meeting, aka losing, the Lions and the Broncos, the Firebirds and the Reds all went down on the weekend. So, in summary, go the Gold Coast Suns.
Okay.
We've always been massive Suns guys.
We love the Suns. We've done it. I mean, obviously, yeah, when the Lions won last year, we were happy, but probably Suns deep down for at least the last 4 or 5 days. We've been
I was going to say a good couple of hours.
we've been very big on. So go them. That looks like the year of the Sun. Listen to the Chocs. Can I get us going with?
Sure.
You're the boss, mate. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, wait.
I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why. But listen
To the Chocs.
Gorgeous. Best one you've done so far.
This week.
Yeah. You know what it is? We're back to Mondays.
I will say it's easier when Mickus is not tapping me on the shoulder.
That's right. You missed that last week. He's about to sing, and then Mickus, for some reason, we found out what the reason was. Just as he's about to sing, Mickus goes,
I forgot he had to do something during that.
like his fucking Steve Renoff.
Yeah, it was unusual. It was a bit off-putting, I'll be honest. So this wegotthechocolates.com.au is where you can leave a voice note for us, or a written email as well. You can do, either, whatever tickles your fancy at the time. A lot of voice notes this week. First one from Louis.
Hi guys, Lewis from the UK here.
Lewis.
Just a quick joke on the topic of current affairs with Katy Perry having been to space. And it goes like this. If going to space for 3 minutes makes you an astronaut, then call me a gynecologist.
Hilarious.
Well done, Lewis.
You know, it's also like sideline hilarious.
Yeah.
And when he said on topics of current affairs, that was like 3 months ago.
But to be fair, I don't think that's Lewis's fault.
No, I'm well aware of that. And everyone else is, mate.
Sorry, I don't know why I doubled down on it.
No, we got it.
No one's doing their thinking it's Lewis. They're just
No,
like,
he's not a moron.
hell,
yeah,
he
no.
is
I
behind
think
the times.
Lewis said that when we did the hole-in-one challenge.
How'd we go?
How are we going on that, Mickus?
Yeah, almost done. It'll be out by the time they listen to this.
That you just made a poor comment.
No, it absolutely won't be.
That is a blatant lie.
Yeah, that one was. Unless they listen to it in
At least-
about 3 years.
Yeah. At least you're editing this one. I remember when you did that with the Prince Albert video, which I was editing. You said it will definitely be out.
Skin? Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Work harder.
All right, so that was the first one. Then, Morgan Freeman popped by.
Hey guys, it's Morgan Freeman here, or as I like to call myself, Morgan out of jail. Get it, Skin? Free man, out of jail.
Got it.
Now I'll do one.
Oh.
Anyway, I just thought I'd bring the chalk line up and tell you all that I'm a big fan of the show. Lethal, Skin, Gode, Mickus. Keep up the good work. Oh, and even Dave the Brit that doesn't have a lot of wisdom.
I must say, Morgan did go on to do a joke. It was the longest joke I've ever listened to.
Yeah, right.
And so, with all due respect to you, Morgan, wonderful in Shawshank Redemption and many other films.
Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty, outstanding.
Yeah.
The joke was a stinker. Like, not,
Yeah, right.
not the payoff.
way.
One for Patreon.
Barely.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, just,
Certainly not at the moment.
just like
given we
not-
don't have a Patreon. but-
Yeah, well, certainly at the moment it would struggle to get on Patreon, but it was just a bit of like a long build up for what I felt was an amazing joke. Also a chance that I've not got it, so I'll get you guys to listen
good.
to it afterwards.
Yeah, good. Excellent.
Probably the best joke ever.
It probably was. Well, it's from Morgan. And then one from Freeman. It has to be good. Anything Morgan Freeman puts his name to.
Yeah.
You've just said it was so bad for the last 30 seconds.
It wasn't great.
Okay.
I promise.
What is
I'll get you to
happening?
listen to it though.
All right.
On Patreon.
For $8 a month, those one.
When Mickus said it's the holy one.
Yeah, it's done.
Josh.
G'day, lads. Hope you're having a wonderful insert day here. Just thought I'd let you guys know that the dude that I pay to stop by my house once a week and pick up some poo from my back lawn just realised I don't have any pets. Just thought I'd leave you with that one. Hope you have a good day.
I'm glad you did, Josh. Thank you. Jiggers.
Nah, a mate of ours that we both know, and there's no way I'm going to name him.
Name him.
No, I won't.
Not Josh Tascombe, is it?
No. But when he was house sitting one day, when he was young, like 18, he had a big night on the Terps and pooed in the backyard because he locked himself out of the house. And then, gets worse, he shoveled that poo into the neighbour's backyard and they don't have a dog.
Oh, you.
Why
Yeah.
did he do that?
Don't name him.
Let's not name
No,
it.
no.
That's- Holy hell.
Was it
Well, that
wrong
was
with?
just a common story that he'd told everyone about.
Yeah.
That's a poor choice. I would do like a lot of poor choices.
Yeah.
Doing all of that. And then B, telling
This
people
was
about it.
years and this is 15 plus years ago.
I do get that, but like you're 35.
Uh-huh.
So 15 plus is still like 20.
Yeah.
You're not like a kid.
That's true. If a toddler did that, you'd cop it on the chin.
Well, that's not where I'd be putting it.
I was thinking more the rubbish would have been.
Oh, Skid.
Welcome back, Skid.
Yeah.
Oh, you've doubled down on the weirdness.
well done.
Right, that couldn't be better timing, actually, guys, because I am excited about this segment. Now, full transparency, this is stealing like an artist. Sort of. It's definitely stealing, and whether it's like an artist is up to your interpretation. I saw a clip from the Play On Sports show in New Zealand. Sean Johnson is on it, who I've had a major man crush on due to watching his touch football highlights like years ago.
I'll double that man crush down on his punditry and commentary. He is fucking elite.
Really?
Oh, better just whatever you're paying him, get rid of other people's salary and give it to him, I reckon. Right? Yeah. just
We're not paying him any.
No. But like, I'm talking like Fox Sports. Just like there's 9 people there. Just give all of the jobs to him because he'll probably do them better.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
I actually
amazing.
really like that. And I've read that a few times. I think that's a
Oh,
popular
incredible. Yeah.
Is it not quite bizarre that we're having a conversation about all the wonderful things about Sean Johnson and no one's mentioned his NRL abilities?
opinion. That was fun.
300 game. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
just
he was also good at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which probably helps the punditry stuff. Like, he
Yeah,
knows
that's
his
true.
shit.
Yeah.
Every clip that I see,
Not as much as skin apparently.
As he put it on his chin.
Anyway, also the other blokes on that Play On Sports show look like legends too. But they said in their clip, they said the 167 show had also done it. It's perfect partners. So I do want to outright say, this is not like we sat down and went, this would be a really good idea. And generally we do, like, to the naked, untried and die, I guess it just looks like we're straight copying.
And no one's ever copied any of it.
And no one's ever copied anything. No. And we do try not to do, to be fair. We pride ourselves on being creative and thought leaders of our generation, I would say.
Modern day Martin Luther King.
Yeah, exactly.
Martin Luther King.
But can we say, also, as much as I am admitting to the fact that this was inspired by seeing that clip, we had this idea a few years ago. And I can prove it because one of our mates from cricket was going to come in and run the segment. His name was Aaron Parsons. He's a friend of the show. And Aaron Parsons is actually Adam Pearson. I don't know why he changed his name still to this day.
That's
It's because he's a teacher and he doesn't want his students knowing his identity that you just gave away.
That's the third time I've given it away. So he'll be fine. What? His students, he teaches like year 3 kids. They're too busy in your backyard with the shit.
Just getting fecal matter on them.
They're not listening to this podcast. But he pulled out on the day. So unfortunately, we couldn't use the segment. But we were so keen to do it that
In the last 4 years, we've never organised doing it
Never
again.
organised it
We
again.
couldn't possibly reschedule.
Exactly. Until I saw that clip. And it reminded me that we even had a jingle ready for that night.
No,
That
we
went like
didn't.
this. Yeah, genuine.
Sounds fast to fall.
But it's now or never. Let's find out if our love's perfect. You can tell it's like one of the old ones because not as many layers.
Simple plan,
True,
perfect
yeah.
though. Song.
Yeah.
What a tune. Genuine. Now, because I organised this, the girl I'm getting to know, Rochelle, is not involved. But if it goes well, then we can get her responses later on. But you three, I have sent to your significant others a couple of prompts and got their responses, right? To these.
Right.
But what I'm hoping is that your response and their response will line up, i.e. you become the perfect couple.
Partner.
Perfect partner, perfect couple, whatever
Yeah,
you want
right.
to call it, whatever we go with.
Did you do this pre-ep?
Yeah. I've organised all this. That's why
not
we
live.
started so late. So, Gode, I'm happy to start with you if you're happy to receive.
You know me.
That's one of the questions, actually.
Kathleen?
Now, I asked Kathleen what your best physical feature was. What do you think?
On
that
me,
she
not
would've
on
got?
her.
No, on you.
Heavens.
Has to be hair.
She's got a lot to choose from, obviously.
Yep. My hat collection. I'd say teeth.
Let's have a listen.
Okay, so I think Andrew's best physical feature is his teeth.
Wow.
And he has a pretty good rump if he keeps that in shape as well. Don't tell him that though.
Wouldn't dream of telling you. Correct.
Show me these teeth.
I thought you were going to say, show me the rump.
I mean, you've seen my rump.
They are nice teeth. They're nice.
Like no braces, no fillings, that sort of gear.
No way.
Yeah, 100%.
You were just born with those suckers.
Yeah.
Damn. They're nice teeth.
I am an otter. Damn.
What? That's what Kathleen says too. All right, Skip, we'll go to you next. What do you think Eloise would have said your best physical feature is?
Yeah, all right. I mean, there's just so many to choose from.
Why are you looking at your hands?
I was looking at his hair.
Yes, Ash Oz. I think she'd be going shoulders.
Oh,
I believe
Skip.
she has told me that in the past, but it was about 10 years ago, to be fair.
All right, let's have a listen to what she said.
Probably be his shoulders.
Come on.
For the past 11 years, I've said the same thing. So if he says something different, he doesn't really listen to me. So that's awkward. No, he has nice eyes too, but definitely would say his shoulders, got lovely broad shoulders. So that's
Gorgeous.
it's good for him.
Right.
Eloise got so awkward at the end.
Thank you, Eloise. That wasn't weird at all.
That's a correct thing for you too, you'd have to say, Skin.
Take it and
You said
run.
shoulders and you got eyes.
You got no idea, do you?
I've had
Are you
5 minutes
battling?
to think about it. I've got no idea.
Okay.
I would have to say probably my butt crack.
Fuck.
No, I'm joking, Skin. My ripped abs. Also joking again.
Okay. Do you want to say something that's like a real
I'm just saying
guess?
like 10 different things, so then if it's one of them, then I don't say bad. I've got no idea. I genuinely have no idea.
Knees?
Oh, got it. Homer Simpson tattoo.
Yeah. The tattoos.
Physical
Wait, no, don't say no. My hair on my head.
Okay.
I'm gonna say-
Not in your
Keep it
scrote.
clarified.
I'm so frazzled. Holy shit.
So's your hair. All right, here you go.
Oh, it's
ready?
not my hair.
Do you reckon it's your
but
hair?
I'm going to lock it in because I've got no idea.
All right, this is what Carly
Oh,
said.
I'm sorry, Carly.
Mick's best feature would have to be his blue eyes. I would say his hair as well, but
my head?
it changes every other week, so stick with the eyes.
Oh, that's half a point.
That's close. I was going to say even the Disco Dave tattoo.
Yeah, no. That's no.
If we had reminded her of that, she wouldn't have done this segment.
well, it's close enough.
That's pretty good. I reckon that's a pretty clean round. Okay, so what about then the second question I asked was weirdest habit?
Oh, that is a fucking long list.
Yeah.
Kathleen,
Oh,
do we
shit.
want to go the same order? Or do we want to reverse the order? Is anyone
you
ready
tell
to
us.
go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, what are you
I've
thinking?
got two. Just not completing tasks, as in I'll start a task and then walk off and do something completely random,
Yeah.
or spontaneously bursting out with loud noises / singing.
Okay, see what Kathleen said.
Okay, so Andrew's weirdest habit, although there are quite a few, would have to be his ability to make these random outbursts of noise when we're in a public setting. What? He's done this ever since I've known him, and it can just be quite embarrassing for the people around him.
What does that mean?
Why would you do it in a public setting?
I don't know. I'll just start walking around and go, "Nut out."
Are you okay?
Not really.
Like, what's the thoughts that go on before you do that?
Just remembered a really good appeal.
Yeah. Like, just I don't know, or I'll just like start like if there's like a song in like Brookside or something like that, and I'll like just sing the chorus real loud for no reason. Like if that simple plan perfect, all of a sudden I'd be going like perfect.
Oh, that's not good.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's very funny. Okay. Well, Gode, you're 2 from 2 to be fair in terms of like the perfect.
I've got great self-awareness.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Perfect couple scenario. You're cruising, but that is also a weird habit. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's really winning.
Oh, well. I'm not going to change for now, am I?
No, that's right. Skin, what do you reckon Eloise would have gone for here?
I'm struggling. Yeah, I don't like to think I'm that weird. She would have plenty of habits that she doesn't like, but not necessarily weird ones. But maybe this is quite embarrassing to admit on air. I still occasionally pick my nose and eat it, and she hates that with a passion.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I would never, but
And I think that's probably the weirdest thing I do.
Well, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, as a 28-year-old man, that's quite weird. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else.
that's not it.
What would I think his weirdest habit is? There is one that I would love to say that would probably make you guys go viral, but I'm not going to say it because he will hate that I've made that go public.
I think it could be that one.
So I'm going to say something else. But his weirdest habit is when a glass or something breaks, like a cup or something that we really like breaks, he likes to keep the remains of that cup and says he's going to fix it and glue it back together with gold, apparently. So we've got some broken cups in our drawer, settling in nicely after having been there for a year. So that's a weird habit.
Yep. Why are you all looking at me like that's weird?
Because you told you when we used to live with James Baisley in like 2019, you broke his coffee cup.
Yep.
And I think you did end up buying him a new one, but you also said, I will fix this one.
Yep.
It was shattered into like 108 pieces.
Yep.
And he was like, yeah, I'll fix this one. I've seen people put him back together with gold.
Yeah, it's like I think it's a Japanese art form, and it's got this nice meaning about how things are more beautiful once you've put them back together after they've been broken. So I've always wanted to get into that and never done it.
You've never done is there anything to say that you could do this?
No, I would
Like
probably
any
need to
runs on
buy
the board?
like gold and a kiln and things like that first. So I'm a long way off. Yeah, but I've always wanted to.
Can I suggest maybe instead of taking like Japanese customers and doing that, maybe edit the Japanese video?
How about you mind your own fucking business?
Can that be part of the Japanese video?
What takes longer, the video edit or Skin putting together a glass?
Thank you, Eloise. All right, Mickus, take us home here.
All right. Again, weird ones, it's hard. There's so many. I want to say just like leaving shit everywhere in the house, like but like random things, like there'll be like yogurt containers like on the floor over like in the corner.
That's a weird spot for a yogurt container.
So like I don't
do
know
that at the office too.
Yeah, well, I do not.
He does.
Or I'm giving you two. Or recently I keep forgetting which is like her toothbrush and mine.
Oh no!
And I have every day for the last week I've gone, hey Carls, which is your toothbrush?
What?
And then at night I just use either. It's
Are they different colours?
yeah, one's green, one's blue, but I can't remember which one's which.
Yeah.
And so I have a feeling it could potentially be that, but either or. It'd probably be neither. Good. Can't wait to hear this.
Where to
Yep,
begin
good.
with Michael's weird habits? He has so many, but I think I'm going to stick with tech decking.
Oh,
He literally
that's not
will
weird. That's
have
cool.
this little skateboard at all times. He has it in the office. He'll like bring it to cafes.
Okay, I do not.
He'll take it literally on holidays. He's taken it overseas before. I just think that's so weird.
I was actually taking around Japan, which was pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, anyway.
With him saying, okay, that's not true. I don't take it to the cafe. The next video she sent me was him taking it.
Oh, no, technically it's cool. It's not weird. It's just misunderstood.
You'll be planking next. I said planking.
Disco.
Is that it? Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
No, it's perfect. I had another question, but we're like 24 minutes into it, so it's got good.
That was really good.
What was the other question?
What was the
real quick?
question?
Job you're worst at.
I reckon play it, do it, and if you have to cut it out, cut it out.
Well, because next, I just thought I always wanted to do another one next week, and
Yeah.
then Rochelle have
Okay.
Rochelle
Oh,
answer
okay, do
for
that
me
then.
next
Yep.
week as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
That's really good.
Yeah, I think that was very funny. Because then once Rochelle's heard those and what you guys admitted to, she would just be able to tee off. as well.
Damn it.
Yeah. Are you happy with that?
I did. Take taking was in my mind.
All right, a segment we are long overdue for. Skin stats. I'm a stat man. One of the all-time jingles as well.
That is very good.
I don't know why we don't do this segment more often. Probably because I don't look at stats that often anymore. But
And also because me and Gode just used to hijack.
that's true. It got quite infuriating.
You'd say like one batting average, and Lena would be off some fucking tangents. Yeah.
That's true. It was very painful. But this one came up. Mickus and Lee were made an observation in the AFL last week that they asked me to have a quick look into. Would you like to discuss what that was? It was so Thursday night. The Gold Coast Suns played the first game of the round
in Darwin.
Yep.
Where they never lose in Darwin, and so they beat someone.
Good.
Who did they beat?
That's a good
Thursday
start.
night. It's a great start. They it was a good game of footy.
St Kilda? No.
Nah,
Collingwood.
no.
No.
Nice.
Maybe potentially someone else that plays Hawthorn.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good win.
They beat Hawthorn, and it was a very good win, 104-96, and it took them to the top of the table. No, sorry, second on the table while the Brisbane Lions were
Hadn't
top.
played yet.
Yeah, hadn't top. So it meant that Queensland were 1 and 2 in the
Yeah, nice.
AFL. And Mickus actually said, "Has that ever happened before?" And we thought probably not because the Suns have been quite poor. And the Lions have been quite poor for a long time while the Suns were also in.
Yeah.
And recently got good. But yeah, I would think probably not. But Skin, I guess that's where the segment comes in handy.
Yeah, that's where the segment comes in handy, I suppose. So yeah, the Gold Coast Suns have been good pretty much just like this year.
They've never made the finals, have they?
I don't believe so.
It's
no.
amazing they've never won the finals yet. They had a Brownlow medalist.
Yeah, well, he was quite good.
Gary Ablett of the junior variety.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's obviously a weird situation where they played on the Thursday and like it's in the middle of the round while there are other games going on. The 1-2 thing happened, which there's obviously finding historical data from that going all the way back to when they joined in 2011. I think is a bit of a pain in the ass, but getting round by round ladder positions was not that difficult. And the only time that a round has finished with Brisbane in 1 and Gold Coast in 2, or vice versa, was round 6 of this season.
No.
Yeah, right.
And prior to that, they have sucked.
Unfortunately, then the Lions went on to lose the next day yesterday, as we're recording. So as you're listening, like 4 days ago, to the Melbourne Demons. So they're probably now third, I would assume. Collingwood 1,
Yeah.
Gold Coast 2, Lions 3.
Gold Coast have only been 1 or 2, like a handful of times. 2024 round 1, 2020. So they've had a fucking good season there. 2020 round 4, and 2016 round 3, and back in 2016 the Lions still sucked, obviously. It's happened in the rugby league a fair bit, like Queensland teams, Cowboys and Dolphins, Brisbane and Dolphins recently, and then back in the day, Cowboys and Brisbane were doing it in 2016 and 2015. Pretty much
No
every single
Titans
week.
there anywhere?
Titans back in 2009, Mickus. Yeah, I went and found that just for you. They were 1
At what
or
round?
2. Round 6, 2009, and then 2008. And they only came in 2007, I think.
Yeah.
2008, they were round 1, 6, and 7. They were in the top 2.
Titans finished third that year.
Yeah,
too.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
it's like they made finals one time and it would have been then.
I think they've won one finals game in their history.
That absolutely makes sense.
Scott Prince was the
Preston Campbell,
leader.
Luke Bailey.
Yeah.
Matt Rogers.
Matt
Rogers.
What a team.
Yeah.
Actually was a good team.
David Mead, Kevin Flash Gordon.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Good players.
Great.
Anthony LaFranchi.
Yep.
Anthony Don, or is he later?
Oh, the ham guy.
Don is good.
Yeah. That's some players.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's that.
Well done,
That's
Skin.
the answer to that. Yeah.
On fire, mate.
Thank you.
Back with the Skin Scats. Skin
Scats.
Scats, man. Skin, I think you also have a little idea for this next thing we're going to try.
Oh, I do. I've written a full intro and stuff, which will start now. Today, a daunting task awaits. A clash of wits, focus, and vocabulary. Our goal is plain. Talk without saying a word that has that notorious symbol fifth in our ABCs. Not hard, right? But a slip of your lip and you crash out. Who can last? Who will fall first? It's a linguistic trap of our own making. So join in, follow along, starting now.
You didn't use an E then either, did you?
You did
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, so you're out. Damn it, I'm also out. No, Skinner's not out.
wait, why would I don't know.
You?
I don't know how to ask that.
Biggest.
Did you say the symbol?
I said your, but spelled U-R typo.
I just said the, so I'm fucked.
I should talk.
That's
Some
got
point.
an E in it, though.
Some had an E in it.
Fuck. No, wait.
Okay.
But everyone do it. That.
Unless you were spelling it some, S-U-M.
That goes down
hasn't
the
it-
S.
Wait, does everyone else?
Yeah, I think we were all cooked.
Yeah,
I have
I-
no idea who won.
That's actually really...
That was the
I
world's
think
quickest
Mickus was
segment.
the last person to say
I
it.
was also
Okay.
Last person to speak.
just
Just
He
speak.
also didn't talk.
Give me a point.
It'd be cool to do a segment like that for a bonus Joe Daddy at some point, but I feel like we probably need to work out how to do it a little bit more. So
Yeah.
what the idea was that you meant to converse without saying.
Yeah, ideally we would have had a reasonably long discussion, or slightly longer than 4 seconds without saying the letter E.
All right, so everyone.
You need a topic.
Okay, well, everyone try and tell.
Yeah, well,
us.
I've written down some questions. If we,
Oh, okay,
we just
well.
never got to them.
Oh, right, okay.
That's what I think we're all waiting
Should
for.
I just tell you about my day?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Today, I went for a.
You just went,
No,
Let's all try and tell each other
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah. Now you tell me about your day,
Yeah.
Gode.
work today was fun.
What'd you do?
I saw
A.
I saw E person.
I saw a man at gym.
Funny you say.
Uh-huh.
I saw a man about a dog.
Yeah.
That's
Skid.
from a famous film, isn't it?
I think you might have it.
I think Mickus should say words now.
No.
We recently travelled to South Korea, Skin, you and I, with the great people at Jetstar. So this is a sponsored segment. I've got to tell you, they're wonderful people and
amazing.
cheap flights. And the idea with Jetstar being that you do travel with them so that you can save money on your flights, do more cool activities when you get there. And so for that reason, we thought that the perfect way to summarise the trip, we couldn't do this last week, Skin, because you were still there. You liked it that much.
Correct.
You put your career on hold to stay in Korea.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
We thought the perfect way would be our top 5 things to do or places, things to do in South Korea or Seoul more specifically. Hey Seoul Sister by Train.
Right.
Songs that slap, not really.
No. So what's the reverse of slap?
Be
Bad.
slapped.
Yeah.
Is that how you want? Is that fair, Skin? Is that how we want to do it?
Yeah, that's very fair. Yeah.
Okay. I in 5th position for me, and I hope we have the same order. Is Lottie World, which is basically thanks to Lottie for having us there.
I thought you were talking about Lottie Takiri.
yeah. But that's actually about now the Lottie World experience was quite weird. I'm not sure if you guys saw randomly
my
on the
days.
day we just happened to be there when Tom Cruise was also there.
That's nice.
Yeah, just promoting. Assume it was Mission Impossible. but you couldn't
47?
Really tell. Yeah, because it was kind of written in a language that we weren't so fluent in. But Lottie World, it was good. It's basically a theme park. Obviously a theme park that people like a lot. I haven't done a lot of theme parking recently in my older age. The only reason that it's probably in 5th position for us is as like slightly older people. It felt a little bit weird to be there not having kids.
It felt even weirder because our tour guide told us that the thing you do at Lottie World, everyone does this at Lottie World. You go into Lottie World and they put on these like school uniforms. It's the costume. That's what you do at Lottie World. So we didn't want to look unusual and walk around Lottie World not in school uniforms.
There's a 6'5" guy with a mustache and look unusual.
So we fucking got dressed up in this like just a school uniform, just like slacks, a shirt, like a button up, a tie, and like with some school logo on it. We walked in, and for probably 2 hours, no one else was in a school uniform. Everyone we walked past was just in normal, casual clothing, looking at us like, why are these 2 grown men in a school uniform? It was very uncomfortable.
Did you keep the school uniform for home?
No, rented it.
Well, we dished that back. That's for sure. That made it slightly stranger. But the rides were elite. Like, there were some good ones. Unfortunately, like we got that speed pass that sort of gets you to jump the line on 3 rides. And then once that was used up, it was about a 55-minute wait for every ride after that, which we weren't real keen on copping. So we sort of, that's probably why it's in 5th position. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Number 4, the Starfield Library, which is gun. Like, actually, I'm not a massive reader, particularly of my Korean literature. I've never got hugely into.
You gave it a crack, though.
I did have a crack as well as going down the Travelator, but that library is very cool. And also, there is a scene, I think, where they filmed the Gangnam Style video.
Oh, right.
And that was just cool. I had to obviously do the dance.
Yeah, well, the library's in Gangnam, so
yeah,
that's what the whole song's about. That was quite weird being there.
Yeah.
It's got like that. They've built this statue with their hands.
That was sick.
It's cool. So nuts.
It's weird they didn't make you do it in Doggy.
You're an idiot, dude.
Oh my god.
Suck.
Third one, Gangchon Rail Park. Unbelievable. This is like you're on a little like train, but it's a foot pedal type of operation, isn't it? Skin.
Yeah. I think it's like an abandoned railway. No trains are running anymore, so they just set up like these little carts, and it's essentially a bike. You're just pedaling down this railway, like a long. Can you two fucking grow up?
He's lost. Mickus lost it.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
So you're pedaling down this railway like along a nice river with all just with wonderful views, and then you go through these tunnels like all through the mountains and stuff, and they've like built out all these different designs. One of them's like the Happy Bubble Tunnel or something, and then there's essentially just like a disco through one of them. It was cool.
It was cool. You're right. And then number 2, and this is where Skin, I think we started to really find our feet. The baseball game, South Korean baseball game. It was unreal. Like the atmosphere, they had a song for every different batter that walked out. And so you know how in Australia at like sporting games, I think this is why we appreciated it so much. At sporting games in Australia, it's very common to abuse the referee / umpire. In South Korea, it's really not. They just sing songs, basically.
Yeah, right.
Like for every player that comes out. It was the most supportive environment. The beers were incredibly cheap and served in massive bottles. Like 1.5 litre bottles of beer.
Holy moly.
That was elite.
Just to pour your own situation.
Did it not get hot?
You just split it amongst people.
Oh,
and it
I
was
see
a
what you're
cold
saying.
environment.
I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah. And we got right into the baseball. It's like they play a game every day over there except Mondays.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah, except for Monday. So the game that we saw was the Hanwha Eagles upsetting the Kwoom Heroes. So if you're following your South Korean baseball, you will know that was an upset. Because when we left the game, we thought the Heroes are just they're on fire here.
Yeah.
Didn't
Well, but the start of the game, I think, so the Hanwha Eagles had the first innings and got 0 runs, 3 players out for nothing. I don't follow baseball that much, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But they were not off to a good start. The Heroes, first bloke comes out and just hits the first pitch to the moon.
Yeah.
Like, just hit it so clean. It was like, oh, they're going to win by 1,000.
Yeah, and it sounded real cool.
Did it?
Baseball was like, I could get around watching baseball, I reckon.
That was good.
It's just fun to watch.
Okay.
Once you understand it,
Mhm.
which I don't really. If I did understand it, I feel like
The other thing that made it more enjoyable was our tour guide that night. I think it was like his company's called Jan Travels, which is like, or Jin Travels, which is like the Korean word for cheers.
Yeah.
And he frothed a beverage.
Did he?
Yeah.
He's a great man.
He was he took us on the tour, so it started with like a Korean barbecue type of setup. So we would fry your own food and teach us how to do that.
Mhm.
And then they've got this drink over there called soju. And I told him we were so due to try some, obviously.
Did he say get out?
He was like, I think he actually liked us because we were happy to have a beer, and he would just like, he was like, all right, so in South Korea, it's really common to chug the first one, so I'm just going to do that. And we were like, I don't look like anyone else is doing that.
You just made that up, like the school uniform thing. That's just made up.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm going to do it
was
because
like
it's Friday.
Yeah.
He just kept saying it's Friday. So I'm like, oh, I wasn't going to have this beer, but it's Friday. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
You're only convincing yourself, mate.
Right. And then our number one is Nami Island. Get yourself to Nami Island. That's where we did the zip line and the bikes we
Oh,
rode
the tandem
on.
bikes.
Tandem
That was
bikes.
just an easy process.
Tandem bikes, very tough to ride. I don't know if you
I can imagine you two would have made a complete fuck up of it all.
Yeah, we did. And also, that was the day with the road mic conspiracy.
Yep. We assumed they'd fallen off. Well, we assumed they had fallen off while we were tandem biking out of our pockets. They just disappeared.
Disappeared. Gone into the
Forever.
night sky. Yeah.
I can imagine you two fretting for like 3 or 4 days after as well.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
And then they magically reappeared.
After I'd gone home, when we were recording the podcast last week, Skid sent me a message that said, these are in that pocket that I've checked 900 times.
I still don't understand what happened.
No, I do.
What happened, Gigas?
No, it's just you two.
I checked that pocket 1,000 times. Eloise checked that pocket 1,000 times. There was no way. It's not even a sneaky pocket in the wonderful Ogio bag.
It's an incredibly obvious
the
pocket.
most obvious pocket, and
If
it was
you
just
were-
sitting at the top of my bag.
I would say if you were going to put something in a pocket,
That would be the
you'd go
pocket.
to.
That's the
Yeah,
first
right.
one. Yeah. If someone says, "Have you checked all the pockets?" It's like the first one
Yeah,
you
yeah.
check. It's so yeah. I'll never understand what happened.
That's a good, someone's done a number on us.
Yeah.
It's a classic prank.
The hotel staff.
They practice.
The squirrels at Nami Island.
Yeah, that's right. Now, Skin, apparently you've got written here that you and Eloise had a mare at the airport on the way home.
Yeah, there were a few things worth chuckling about on our way home because, as you mentioned, we hung around for a couple extra days, had a good time, and then had to fly home by ourselves, which we hadn't done before. I don't really go through international airports all that often, but there's all those rules about you can only take 150 mils of liquids and stuff.
Yes.
And Eloise. Apparently, skincare is a huge thing in South Korea. South Korean skincare is like a real big deal around the world, and so everyone that was traveling with us was going into all these Olive Young stores buying all this skincare stuff. It's this wonderful product Eloise had spent all of our life savings on, so that's great. And then packed it all into our carry-on.
Oh, no.
Just got confiscated at security, which is so just all this skincare is getting thrown out, and I couldn't care less because I haven't taken an interest in Korean skincare, I suppose.
You're not
And
exfoliating this week? Yeah.
And Eloise is like breaking down in tears over the skincare. And this Korean man's just being so polite. He's like, so is it okay if I throw this in the bin? And I'm like, do we have a fucking choice? Like, what?
So funny. I watched 2 of the other people that were on our tour. I flew back at the same time as everyone else, and that happened to 2 other people as well that had loaded up on skincare and then, sorry, not coming through.
Yeah, not ideal. So we had a mare there, and we're thinking, wow, this has been a shambles. Like things are going up from here, obviously.
Yeah.
We walk through the airport. We're keen to get some snacks for our 10-hour flight, make sure we're well fed. We're in the duty-free section, which I'm told means you don't pay tax, so everything should be really cheap, was my
really?
understanding.
I always just thought you weren't allowed to be named Judy in there.
No.
And absolutely no juries in there whatsoever. No way, shape, or form.
Okay, so I'm under the impression this place is cheap, right? So the only vegan thing I can find is like this dark chocolate. So we've just got these 2 blocks of chocolate. Eloise is checking out. I'm holding Maeve. I sort of vaguely overhear the woman say something like, "That'll be something US dollars," and I'm like, "No, that can't be right. I must have misheard that." It's like maybe she said like 7 instead of 47. And I look back at Eloise, and Eloise is like a bit shocked, but like just taps anyway. And then we walk back, and I'm like, "She didn't say 47 US dollars, did she?" She's like, yeah, no, that's what she said. What's that in Australian dollars? And I was like $80
For a chocolate
for
bar.
2 blocks of chocolate.
Wow. Well, at least it was tax free.
Oh, you really got him by saying that 8%.
Imagine that with tax.
Oh my god, you'd never pay that.
Yeah.
Holy hell,
Anyways.
Skin. You've donated all your skid get and then paid $80 for chocolate.
I know. But, I mean, lucky we were flying with Jetstar, obviously. They had this sale going on. They do $38 flights occasionally if you get them at the right time. So we just saved all this money, which meant that we just had spare cash.
It was
lying around
disposable.
to throw at $80 chocolates. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I think Jetstar actually tells us that save money on flights so you can do more when you get over there. And I think they mean activities rather than just donating it
Not
to
the
the
duty free. They're not talking about the duty free
I
section.
don't think so. If you are interested, though, Jetstar does fly direct to Seoul from Sydney and Brisbane now. And choosing to fly Jetstar means spending less on your flight so you have more money left over to enjoy at your destination. We have a link in the description box of this episode to check out Jetstar's cheap flights to Seoul right now. All right, we are finishing with a game, and it gives me great pleasure and enjoyment, I think, to say that this is a new game, and I shouldn't say pleasure, actually, given the nature of this game. It's a ropey game, but it's called Smutty Read or Leigh'd. All right. Now, the way that this game works basically is that Smut Read is all the rage at the moment, I would say, amongst a percentage of the community. Where I was on a flight recently and I looked down at what the lady next to me was reading, and I was quite shocked. I just sort of started reading along and going like, I might keep reading.
There was movement.
It was a lot happening. It was one of the more enjoyable pieces of literature. Anyway, so I thought, I reckon I could write that. So basically, the nature of this game is that I will read to you some prose, and you've got to tell me whether it is a piece of smutty read that's an actual book.
Nice.
In the market at the moment, or something that I've written.
Oh, wait, so like a title of a book, or as in
You
like
don't have to tell me the
sentence.
title. You've just got to say it's basically true or false.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you've got a 50-50 chance of getting it. Gode, this is a new game, and I'm not as good. So in terms of for me to get a Joe Daddy point, how's it work again?
How many have you got?
I've got 4. Frick. Yeah, well, I was going to read 4 and then see who's going well.
Well, 4 would mean that you would need to get 7. Like, as in, we'd only have to get 5 out of the 12 because it's 3 by 4. Does that make sense?
No. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Does it?
Yeah. So if there's
So if 3 of us have 4 each, there's 12 potential
options.
marks.
Yeah.
And you have to get more than half.
Yeah.
If we get 7, you don't get a point.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Excellent. It keeps me involved.
Are all of your quotes from the same Smutty book, or like all the ones you didn't write? Sorry.
Yes, actually,
the same Smutty book.
from Fourth Wing, it's called.
Yeah, right.
Is that?
I haven't read it.
Yeah. You're not familiar with it because isn't there like a particular genre of smut where it's all fucking dragons and fairies?
I think that
and
might
stuff?
be this
Elves
one.
Is that the one?
shit.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
I feel like this is the dragon porn one.
Okay, great.
Potentially. I'll get that fact checked by Mickus.
It is. I mean, I don't know.
All right. Also, we were so confident. As you know, this is a practice podcast episode. We're not doing the real ones yet. But we trial all of our new games just on this episode because it's a practice and that's the only way to get better. But I was so confident about this game that I did go ahead and Mickus and I recorded a new jingle. This is it.
I can read you smut. I can show you all the finer reads, but some might just be written by Lee. The characters might... No, don't say that. Oh! Some sexy scenes are going down. Yeah, Lee wrote that, we know that sound.
Well, I really got into that.
Nice.
Guess how many takes that
Good
was?
jingle. Where's that going to end up on the graph?
6.
1.
No, it wasn't.
That was genuine one
Really?
take.
So
Yeah.
one take to do that bit, and then another take to do like the layering bit underneath.
Yeah, no reload.
No reload.
Okay.
Guys, don't judge me. Some of the don't judge me or the authors, depending on who wrote them. Number one, and you can't help each other here as well. I'm need. It's a
I
whiteboard
don't want to be
scenario.
helping each other in this segment.
Okay. As he approached, I could see the bulge of his weapon through the patterned material of his trousers. He reached out and touched the nape of my neck. His touch was fire, and I was the forest desperate to burn.
Ah, wonderful.
Oh, you're gonna get the giggles here.
Okay. Are we ready to reveal?
Oh, yeah.
Gode, what have you gone with?
I've gone Leigh'd through the phrase weapon.
That's good.
I've gone Smut through the phrase nape of my neck.
Nape.
The
Yeah,
hell's a
that
nape of
threw
your
me.
neck?
Yeah.
I've gone Smut mainly because I just thought Lee would start with the book and not his own.
Okay, Gode, you are correct.
No.
Yeah, well written, Lee.
Yeah, I've done
What's a nape?
A nape. That's I've heard that expression before.
No.
All right, are you ready? Number 2. Thorn leaned in and whispered, "You look so delicate, I might break you." I locked my gaze deep into his mysterious eyes, grabbed him around the hips, and thrust him towards me. "I want to be broken by you," I uttered back towards him. I could feel him throbbing against me.
Throbbing is one of the more emotional words.
I reckon you could have halted that one sentence earlier.
Oh,
No, you need it.
got it.
Oh,
Jeez, keep it down over there, Mickus. Genghis, you're right. Seems like the gradient's sloping down on the table. Okay.
Oh, I don't know these things.
Who's locked in?
this is my favourite.
I'm locked in.
Same order, Gode?
That's got smut written all over it.
Yep.
I've gone Smart.
Smut.
Okay, all wrong.
Damn it, I knew you when you used the word throbbing.
I just want to believe that that's what the book says so bad.
Yeah, what the fuck do these books actually say?
It's going to get real rogue.
Jesus.
Okay, so that makes it Gode the only one successful on 1 at the moment.
Sheesh.
Here we go, number 3. More. It's all I'm capable of saying. Demanding as my skin flushes and my pulse skyrockets. I'm going to combust, to burst into flames, and all I can do is whimper against his mouth as he slides one finger inside me.
Oh, mate.
What?
This could be the worst game we've ever
This is good. This game, we'll do this game again.
Yeah, and we'll go even further for $8 a month on Patreon.
Okay, what have you got? Genghis.
Smart.
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 That is 3 correct. Well
I
done.
didn't think he'd go the finger route, I'll be honest with you.
Well. All right. I think, Gode, you're leading 2-1 here. Okay.
How many have we got cumulatively? I've got 2.
Yeah, so we've got 1 each, so 4. So we're in strife.
We need to all get this right for Lee not to get a point.
Well,
I'll see how we
go
go.
5 if you want.
Hey, the smuttier the better.
Here we go, number 4. He slams back into me again and again as he sets a brutal, steady pace, his mouth sliding down my neck as his hand rides to cut my breast. It's a fun game.
I thought they were going to be more rogue.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I still kind of want people to be able to listen.
Yeah, well, that's...
I guess people read it, to be fair.
True.
And you can just buy them on the... Yeah.
I wonder how much crossover there is between people
don't say
reading
crossover.
these books and listening to our podcast.
I think a lot. Well, after this episode.
You're welcome.
Sales are not the only thing that have gone through the roof.
Can we get sponsored by this particular book?
All right. Are we revealing our answer?
Yeah.
I've gone Lee because brutal and steady next to each other. I don't know
no.
if that would have got through to the editor.
I've gone Lee as well.
Okay.
I've gone Smut again.
Mickus, you are correct.
No. Brutal steady.
That does make it
Well,
A brutal steady.
brutal,
Interesting.
steady pace. Yep, that was from page, chapter 30 though.
No, that was page. No, yeah, that was page 273 from memory.
Skin, if you don't mind, I think we might eliminate you there and make this because it's 2-2 Mickus versus Gode.
I couldn't mind less.
You can still have your answer, but just it won't reveal it last. Are you ready?
Is this a TB?
So this is a TB. Just one slight pull of the drawstring was enough to make my dressing gown melt away from me, leaving only my naked body. I was exposed, but I could only think of pleasure. Reuben's hand moved over me with deliberate purpose, like he was searching for something he'd lost in a field of gold.
Wonderful question.
It is a good question, isn't it? Okay, Gode, what have you gone?
Lee.
Smut.
Gode.
No. No.
It's just psychology. Like, I've known Lee for a long time. There's no way he would have only wanted 2 of his pieces of work in there. I said pieces of work.
I've literally written smut every single one.
Look at that from Mickus. Hold on. Yeah, well, the camera's there. The preset.
You should know where they are. You set them there.
I'm literally showing you guys and the viewers too.
Well done. What are your thoughts on the game?
Oh, no.
I don't.
Emotional.
Emotional, yeah.
I can't take it.
Scared.
Nah, just try being a character in that book.
Honestly, mate, I didn't realise you were the author.
People in that book could definitely take it.
Yeah. They are not struggling.
We're going to do this game again. This is good.
Oh,
it's weird that
I do it next week and every week after.
We're probably going to do it off air.
What? Do let us know. Do let us know what you think of the new game in the comments. I'm sure we can cut this video up for socials and get some feedback. You don't reckon it's good?
You know what we could do? Like in the space between now and when all our other videos come out, right?
Yeah.
We could get paid to read the audiobook version of all this.
Well, Skin, you often get a lot of comments saying that I need this guy to read me like bedtime stories. So, I mean, for some people, they are bedtime stories.
A great way to wind down.
Or wind up.
okay.
It was reading through that chapter, I'll be honest, it was quite confronting.
Yeah. Do you reckon Disco's got any of those books?
Okay.
Yeah, well, the next time we do the segment, I think we'll need his, range.
I have to ask him a few questions about what some of the things they're saying are.
Okay.
All right. You're in for an X?
Yeah. If we may move on to that, please.
You're in for an X. Yeah. Someone will read it next.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's a good one. Nah, internet.
By the way, Gode gets a Joe Daddy point there to take him to a 15 to Skin next on 13. Did I get one? Did we go through that? After what? We were doing that after
4. Yeah, you got
4.
one for sure because there was 2 from 4 for Drew, 1 from 4 for Mitchie, and 2 from 4 for Mickus. That's Michelle Pfeiffer. If I've written all over it, that's 5 out of 12.
5 for Lethal,
which means Lee, you get 7 out of 12, and give yourself a bloody point there, mate.
I might as well go. I got close.
So I've gone up.
You came second in that
I've
segment.
gone up to 6. Yeah. Oh, mate.
Gode,
There's a lot happening in that segment.
The segment's done.
Anyway,
you're in for an X.
Yes.
Okay, so first tweet comes from Steph Smith. Sometimes in the process of writing a good enough prompt for ChatGPT, I end up solving my own problem without even needing to submit it. You know us, we're so well versed in our AI. We've really integrated it into our workflows, just speeding up our business. So that really interested me. Matt replies, AI folks have now discovered thinking.
Yeah. So, what used to happen in the days before Chad?
I don't know. How did they do it? I'll never understand.
Do you use Chad now, Gingus?
I have recently
started getting around.
Yeah. Just not to gather information, but more just to help me out.
More to teach him.
Yeah.
Give him the information.
So, there's an old saying, and I'm sure Bill Gates loves Chad. Give the hardest job to the laziest person because he'll find the easiest way to do it. I'm sort of taking that approach into my professional life at the moment.
Okay. So you give the hardest job to Chad.
To Chad, and he gives me the easiest approach, and then I relay the easy approach, and people think I'm a genius.
Smart.
Yeah.
Well done.
Rightio, that's another episode of the We Got the Chocolates podcast complete. We would love you to get in contact with us at We Got the Chocolates, wherever you are on social media, or make a comment on Spotify on this particular podcast episode, or a YouTube comment if you are watching would be great.
Absolutely. I mean, while you're there, you might as well just make sure you've clicked subscribe or follow whatever platform you're on as well. That would help out a great deal.
Especially if there's new videos coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Exactly. No, we've got some stuff in the pipeline. You.
We do, correct.
What do you put in the pipeline?
Remember to get out and have a chinwag with a few of your mates this week. If you're doing that, you are absolutely getting the chocolates, and we'll speak to you again this time next week. And as always, good luck in the future. Love you.
What happened to that stump?
You didn't say that stumps either.
You fool.
Is it because you've got a stump?
No, it's actually because I was going to read you guys out the last one that I wrote.
Read it out. Go on.
No, I was going to do it. So the tiebreaker was going to be, it's just a speed round.
Yeah, nice.
So it's like either you can buzz in as soon as you want, but you just lock it.
Okay.
Like once you've buzzed in, you lock your answer.
Yeah.
Right? So you ready, Biggers?
Yeah.
When he pressed against me, When he pressed me against the stone pillar, I forgot every vow I'd ever made. I saw a sign in my head clear as day that said, "Dong Wei, go back."
Smart.
Yeah, we should write a book. And just like leave this career, but like,
All right. Love you.
like punny penises.
That's dumb. Oh, gee. That's dumb. Do the podcast.